Hello everyone. Let me just make sure I've gone live in the right place. I don't want to be in the wrong place. So how is everybody this afternoon? Let me just make sure that that's right. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Looks like I'm right. Okay, sorry I'm a little bit late this afternoon. I was trying to get my volume, my sound working. It's funny thing about technology, you can leave it all set up and it be all okay, and then it stops being okay when you go back in to do it again, and I don't know why that is. It's just a mystery to me. So let me I'm just trying to get it so I can see comments. Ah, that's better. Hi Margaret. Yeah, so I was having trouble with my volume, my sound, so thankfully I was able to work that out because my tech man's at work, so I'm very proud of myself that I worked that out by myself. Anyway, how is everyone? I've got my cuppa and we're going to play with some new products today from the online exclusives. I'm just picking up bits and pieces that I thought I'd tidied up. So yeah, so we're going to play with some new products that I got delivered on Wednesday, but I had to work yesterday, so I couldn't play yesterday. So this afternoon we're going to do a little bit of playing. So let me flip down to my craft desk and we can get started. Yay, that's working. Yay. So happy when things work. Okay, so this is the new little trucking along bundle. I'll flick back here. That's part of the online exclusives. And I meant to grab it before, but let me grab a stamp set that was in my starter kit. When I joined, your voice and picture are at different times. Oh well, that's just the way it's going to have to be, Margaret, because I don't know why that is. And it probably doesn't matter so much when I'm onto my craft desk, so let's see how that goes. So when I joined 15 years ago, this stamp set was one that I got in my starter kit. It was called Loads of Love, and you can see a little truck. And this was my most favourite stamp set ever, so consequently you can see I've hung on to it. There was an additional stamp set that went with this one called Loads of Love Accessories, and you got a whole lot more things you could stick in the back of your little truck. So that is why I had to get this one. So because a little truck started me on my stamping journey with Stampin' Up. So we're going to play with this one. I also got the So Very Merry stamp set. I'm looking forward to playing with that and doing some stained glass techniques with that. I might do that for my Make It Monday on Monday. So yeah, I got that one. It's also a photopolymer stamp set, and I believe the circles match the 2 3/8 punch. So let me grab that punch and double check that for you. 2 3/8. Here we are. So this is the punch that's included in the Circle Sayings stamp set. Yep, perfect. Looks like it does. So that's a bonus. So that's the punch from the Circle Sayings bundle, and it looks like it goes with this one. If not, the 2 3/8, the 2.5 inch circle, which I think has retired, certainly does. So I'll play with that on Monday for my Make It Monday. Okay, so I also got the beautiful One Horse Open Sleigh paper. I didn't get that bundle. I wasn't fussed on it, and I'm sort of hanging off to see what other Christmas sets come along. But I did like the paper. So this was my first little play with the truck bundle and the paper, the one horse sleigh paper. It's a double Z fold card. I've made a few of them recently. I made this one with the Les Shops bundle and a couple of the Zoo Crew characters. And I made one with the fishing, Let's Go Fishing bundle. It's a really good, easy, fun fold card to start with. So this is what I did with the Trucking Along bundle and the paper. So I've just got sort of, hi Lynn, I've just got the two little trucks going along past the little chalet. And I used the Merry, what's it called? Merry Melody embossing folder in here. And the Raindrops embossing folder here, because I figured that could be like snowing still. And this just reminds me of my darling husband. I can just imagine him driving home with the tree in the back and getting to the front door saying, honey, I'm home. I've got the tree. So that's just me being an idiot. But that's a double Z fold card. So that was my first play, and I used a strip of paper from the Les Shops because it looks like sort of a cobblestone roadway, and I figured that worked quite well. I narrowed this bridge piece down. In my other ones I've got 3 centimetre wide bridge pieces, but I narrowed this one down to 1.5 centimetres because I didn't want it to cover up too much of the paper. Hi Cheryl. Yeah, fold cards are great. I'm trying not to do them every time I go live though, but I'm having a struggle. Anyway, so that was my first play with this bundle. So what I've got, and I do find 6x6 paper challenging because, you know, like this one's used up one whole sheet pretty much. I've trimmed it down and I just think, damn it, I wanted to get more out of that. So I've thought of this design for today, and I've cut this piece down. I took 6 centimetres off and I've cut that down. So, and then that way, and I've obviously trimmed a little bit off the bottom, that way I could get another card out of this 6x6, and then this piece could be just used for trimming, or I could use all of that. You see, I can get 2 cards. When I have to be a little bit clever, I think, when I use 6x6 paper, because I like to get 2 cards out of one piece of paper. Call me a Scrooge, I don't know, but that's just me. And I know everybody's probably seen this paper. Lots of demonstrators bought it in pre-order. I didn't. I was waiting. But it's got some beautiful scenery pictures on the front of the papers. And the other sides are just really good colours and designs that you can put with anything. So really beautiful sceneries. You can see that's another, that one's got the little fox. I'll match that one. That one's got the little fox. So there's 4 sheets of each design. That's the one I'm going to use in our card today. This is just another one, and I just thought the little truck could, not only could the sleigh and the horse and sleigh be used with this paper, but the little truck would work. So that's why I got the paper. This one's cute. I like him. Once again, struggle to use just one, you know, to get 2 cards out of one piece of paper when they're so gorgeous. I guess that just means you've got to buy more. You could easily cut that in half and get 2 cards out of one piece of paper. This one's interesting. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use that one. I have seen a few people do some things with that. And see, the backs are all quite neutral and easy to work with. This is the chalet one that I used. This is like a sunrise or a sunset. And as you can see, the truck will work with all of these papers. And the reverse sides, oh, that's another one. that's a struggle to get 2 cards out of, because you either lose the gate or you lose the tree. Oh, the decisions and the dilemmas that we have. And then on the back, oops, I'm not doing a very good job of this. On the back, you've got all the beautiful B-sides of the papers that can work with any kind of card. Masculine cards, Christmas cards, any kinds of cards. So that's the gorgeous little one horse open sleigh paper. So, and I always like to, as I said, challenge myself to see if I can get 2 cards out of one piece of paper. Put that over there. So I've cut 6 centimeters off this piece of designer series paper, and I'm going to bring my embossing machine in, and I'm going to use the Merry Melody embossing folder, and I'm just going to emboss like a 3 centimeter strip down one side. So let me grab my machine, and this is a 3D embossing folder, so we have this. Okay, so what I want it on the right hand side, so I'm just going to put it in like this. Now normally I would say you always put your spine through your emboss machine first, but for the purposes of this card I'm going to do it the way you shouldn't do it. And every now and then I'm sure that's okay. Oh, clunk. Okay. So that's just put the embossing on one side that I wanted. Kept this blank so I can put my piece of designer series paper there. So that's all we need the cut emboss machine for, as far as I'm aware. Watch this space. Sometimes I tell lies and I think, oh no, I do need that again. Okay, so let's pop my, so this embossing folder is in the annual catalogue and it carried over. I don't know if it's still $17.50 because that was the old price. I don't know if it went up. Let's look right now. Let's just do a double check. Embossing folders, where are you? Here they are. Merry Melody. Yes, it did go up. So I shall change that so that I don't get caught out again. Where's my pen? Here it is. So it is now $19.25. I only thought that it might have gone up just because I got a new embossing folder the other day and it was dearer. That's okay. Okay. So I've got a piece of early espresso card base, and this is petal pink, and these are colours that are in this paper pack. Where's my paper pack gone? Here. So these are colours in the paper pack, and I've cut a 6 centimetre by 14.4 centimetre strip of paper, and I'm going to attach it to my card front like so. So let me get my glue. We've got a beautiful day here on the Central Coast. I had some running around to do this morning. But yeah, it's really beautiful. I'll take my little Rosie girl for a walk after I've done this. I've got a few more things to do. Maybe it'll be a little bit after I've done this. So I'm just going to leave a little border of the petal pink on this side, and it's not embossed with the embossing folder. And I'm just going to hold that down. I'll just hold that down because some of the paper has come over onto the embossed piece of cardstock, so I don't want it to bubble up or anything. There we go. And that's what that looks like. I think that looks quite nice. And I'm going to attach that straight to my card front. So the online exclusives are available now. They went live to customers last Thursday, the 6th of July. So yeah, they went. So anybody can purchase them now. You just need to go to the customer website and search for online exclusives. Okay, so that's our card. That part's done. Now I've got a piece of cardstock, and let me grab my black memento and my little piercing mat. Put my punch over there, and we're going to get a little truck happening. I'm not going to do a red truck this time. I did that on my Z fold. I don't know why when I make this I always have to do a red truck first. I have no idea. I'm just a bit sad. Okay, so that's there. So I'm just going to ink up, and this is a 2-step stamp set, which is really great. So you don't have to do any colouring. You can colour with the second step. I mean, you can always colour if you want to with your blends, but you don't have to, which is always a nice option. Okay, so clean my little truck up, put him back. Okay, I'll do the body of the truck next. That now has a nice pinky tinge, and I'm going to make this truck Misty Moonlight in colour. So I'm just going to ink him up, and I must tell you what I've done with my photopolymer stamps. I saw a demonstrator in the States suggest to use an eraser when you first use them. So just rub over the photopolymer like that, and it takes any of the oils or any whatever from the production of them, and you get a perfect image every time. And so far that's been working for me, so I like that idea. Okay, so I've got this down low so I don't bring my head in, trying not to bring my head in, and see if I can line it up. It's really hard when you can't get straight over the top of it. You know, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I'll put the colouring of my truck back. Now this little piece, I'll use a long narrow block for that, and I'll get rid of my Misty Moonlight. This little piece are the wheels on the undercarriage. Like, well, no, it's just really the wheels. So once again, I've got to try and line it up. Without getting my head into it. So I'm lining up the centers of the axles. See how that goes. And not too bad. And if you're not happy, see, I haven't got that wheel quite, that tire quite right. So I am just going to get my basic black Stampin' Right marker, and I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to cheat. And why not? Nobody knows except you guys. So that's my little truck stamped so far. And let's punch him out with the punch. Now this punch, you might wonder why this punch has got the wheel well, the wheels and the window. It's because you can create a little truck without stamping at all. So they're additions that you can put on the truck punched out without any stamping. So I will be doing that at some point as well. So let's just line up my little truck. I think that's pretty good. And all those other bits fly off at you. Oops. Okay. So there's my little truck. And I'm going to put him down here. I'll put him up on dimensionals. Now, but the other thing I want to stamp is the, I was going to do the Christmas tree, but you know what? I think I might do the presents. Let's do the presents. So there's, once again, there's an outline of the presents, and then there's the filling in of the presents. No, that's flowers. That's not filling in of the presents, Denise. This is the filling in of the presents. So let's just keep that one there. So now this one I'll have to fussy cut. So that's my outline. It's a bit of a, it's not really a scene builder, but it's a bit of a, kind of a scene builder. And did I clean that? I think I did. Okay, put that back before I forget. Okay, and here is the presents. Now the presents, they've got to all be in one colour if I do it this way, but that's okay. Let's do them in petal pink. This is where you could get your blends out and fix them up. So let's see how we go. Otherwise we will resort to the blends. Not too bad, and they're not all pink, it's just the ribbons, and so that's okay. Sorry my head came in. I didn't know that. Okay, I'll pop that back there. And we'll get rid of that. Now we'll get a little, and I'm just going to cut that off. And I will just quickly fussy cut around my little presents. I don't think I lined this up too well, but that's okay. Maybe the presents would be easier to colour with your blends. There we go. And we'll just go across like so. Get off. And they're going to go in the back of my truck, like so. So let's just see where we should put our truck. I'm just having a little think. And I might have a sip of my hot chocolate. Okay. Let's have a look. Put dimensionals on our little truck. There we go. Got the Gosford waterfront markets again tomorrow. So I'm all prepared just about, she says. That's that. And I'm going to put another dimensional on the back of that. So I've focused on Father's Day for this market and for the next market. I've been busy making things up for Father's Day. Father's Day cards, Father's Day gift boxes. Okay, that's that. Now, we could do a banner saying wishing you a festive Christmas. Just a little banner across like so. Let me think. Should I do that in Misty Moonlight and heat emboss it? I think I shall. because I think that would look nice. Okay, put those ones away. Get my Versamark out and get a scrap of Misty Moonlight. Is that going to work? Yes, it is. Here it is. Here we go. Scrap of Misty Moonlight. And put that away, and I can put that away. Oh, this is another one in the online exclusives. It's the red and gold dotted ribbon. So it's real red and gold dotted ribbon. So the back is like the back side of the embroidery sort of thing, but that's pretty. I like that, so I've got that too. Okay. Let's do it here. So I don't normally like doing too many techniques on a Friday because I want to try and keep it simple. But you know, sometimes it just gets the better of me. Okay. So ink my sentiment up with Versamark, and I'm just going to stamp it like so. How often do I do the markets? The markets are once a month. And I tell you what, that month comes around, that Saturday comes around very quickly. You think, oh, that's not too bad. It comes around quite quickly. There we go. Now, I need a bit more. Did I not get enough Versamark on it? Oh no, that's all right. So they're really nice markets to do. They're very well organised, and yeah, so I'm doing it mainly to try and get more customers, build my customer base. That's my focus on doing the markets, getting my name out there a little bit more and building my customer base. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Oops. Okay, so we can put all that away. And I have my heat tool set up here. So this will be a little bit noisy for a minute, won't be long. There we go. And now I'll need my trimmer. What were you thinking? The same thing, Margaret? That the month goes pretty quick? Tell you what, it really does. And that's just wrong. Now let me see if I got that nice and straight. I don't think I have. Might go down a fraction. And sometimes when my bits get a little bit, I just use a little bit of tape to hold my cardstock in place so I can try and get it straight. I think I'm happy with that. Okay, that's a scrap. Where's the card gone? Here it is. Okay, so I think that's nice. Don't want to cover up too much of my paper because my paper's so nice. So I'll cut that down. And should I flag it? Just thinking. Yeah, let's flag it. So that's that. And I might pop that up on dimensionals as well. So it's a very simple card. I suppose it's got two-step stamping in it, so that makes it a little bit, adds a bit of complexity to it. And you don't have to heat emboss your sentiment. I just did that because I felt like it. And it's also got some dry embossing with an embossing folder. I think I'll just pop that right there. So that's that. And you know what? You can't really trim it with the paper inside if I want to keep it for another card. So no, we're not going to do that, Denise. We're going to keep your paper because you love your paper so much. Yes, time does certainly fly. Okay, so this is my insert. And I think what I shall do with my insert is I shall get the presents out again. I might stamp them in early espresso. I just like to put something down the bottom. And I didn't use my mat, and that was naughty. But that's okay, it worked. Okay, and I might try my petal pink again, see how I can go lining it up. Let's see. I don't want to bring my head in. I'm trying not to. There we go. Oh, that was perfect that time. There we go. Look how well I lined that up. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm also a bit of a twat. Okay, so I'm just going to put this inside my card. Okay, so there you go. That's a finished card. And once we get more Christmas stamp sets and sentiments, I'll be able to put another sentiment inside, I think. But at the moment, I like that. And this was my other practice playing. So they're my trucking along stamps. I'm really pleased with those. That goes there. Oh, I don't know where that came from. That goes there. Okay, so that's what we've made today, and I'll show you. These are some of the things I've got ready for my Father's Day stall. So I've done some fishing cards. I've done some vintage tools. So these two are retired stamp sets, the Whiskey Business and the vintage tools. And more fishing cards. I'm using new paper. So along with that, I've gone ahead and made with some of our little gift boxes that we have. So these are just called, I'll get them in the catalogue if I can find the catalogue again. Okay, so they're on page 126 in the catalogue, these little boxes. So these are the envelope treat boxes. So this is a fishing one, so I figured people could buy a BCF gift card and pop it in there, and it does fit. I have tried it. And get a matching Father's Day card. So yeah, they're the envelope treat boxes. They're really cute. I had these on hand because I was going to use them for my daughter's wedding, but then I decided to use the kit. And these ones are the scalloped gift card boxes. So these are really cute too. I've just got to be careful. So they've got a little thing inside that you can actually tuck the gift card into. And they're really cute. And I've tucked the scallop in on these ones because I thought that looked alright. And this one, I've done a belly band and left the scallop showing. So I figure these ones could be used with the Whiskey business cards. And that's like a Dan Murphy's gift card. Dad, you're sorted. This one is a Bunnings gift card with the tools. This one is a BCF, boating, camping, fishing, with the fishing. And then I found some really old retired paper. Well, it's not that old. I found this paper. And this paper. And I thought, well, here you go. Here we've got Super Cheap Auto for the car loving father. So I've got a few of those all made up, ready to put on my little stall and entice people. So let me get rid of all of this stuff. Okay, we'll get back to our cards. So yes, so there's our first play with the Trucking Along bundle in the online exclusives. I really hope you like that stamp set. Let me just see if I can find my mouse and go back to my face. And maybe my mouth and my voice will match. Who knows? Technology, it's great, isn't it? So I hope you enjoyed that. It's my little card today. I really love my little truck. I hope you have a great weekend, everybody. Enjoy this beautiful weather while we've got it, because who knows when it might turn very crisp and cool again. So have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Bye for now.